What's up, guys? So today I wanted to talk a little bit about motorsports games marketing so far. It's early, but I did want to touch on a few things as well as show you a couple of screenshots that came out recently that I didn't show you the first time. So let's hold on a second. All right. This came out a couple days ago. This is at New Hampshire. Another good looking screenshot. I believe this is turn three or in between turn three and four. Another shot with the sunlight into the lens. I will talk about that a little bit in a second. But it's another really good looking screenshot. And here is the latest screenshot, also at New Hampshire. This seems to be in the pit area. Again, you have that lens flare from the sun facing the camera. Uh, I took another really cool shot. Another thing that I noticed is there are spotters all the way at the top. I love the detail. So yeah, really good looking screenshots, lots of detail. But one of the things I've seen a lot of people posting comments is about the screenshots. One, they all have that sunlight glare and stuff, and then you could also see like all the shots. They have a lot of dark areas and really bright with the sun. So there's like not much in between when it comes to the lighting. I think that this was done on purpose to show the lighting difference, right? The contrast. A lot of times when you want to show off the graphics, the best way to do it is to show the most contrast. So obviously, there's a lot of really dark areas and then the sun. When you play the game, I don't think it's going to look exactly like this. This is more to show you the graphical quality of the game. I don't know if these screenshots are direct one to one from the game or they're screenshots of the game, but then they added some polish to it. Unfortunately, a lot of game developers do enhance screenshots. So when you finally see the game, they don't really represent what you saw in the screenshots. I don't know if that's what's happening here. This might be just a direct one to one shot. Not all developers polish up screenshots. Rockstar, for example, one of the things I really love about them is when they do reveal screenshots, they really give you what the game looks like. Um, I can't tell you for certain that they've never touched up a picture, but when you see the game, it looks like the screenshots for the most part. So I don't know if this is what the final product's going to look like, but they do want to enhance the idea that hey, this game is a AAA game. We are making it look like what it should look like, what you guys expect. So yes, that's why most of the shots they all have that bright sun right into the lens. You get this lens flare, and then everything else kind of looks dark in comparison because of the angle that the shot is taken. That's all just an artistic take on the screenshot. It's just something to spice it up. When you play the game, obviously the lighting's going to be a little different because you're not going to be playing like a lot of these shots here. I'm going to show you now that we've seen these two are the latest shots. I want to show you one of the first shots that came out. This still to me is the most impressive shot. But once again, you have the really bright sun. You got some of this lens flare, and there's a lot of dark shadows, right, in the screenshot. Again, wanting to show off that contrast. So it makes for a beautiful picture, but it does take away from some of the detail, right? Because it's tough to see a lot of the things in the dark. So like I said, I do think this is part of the marketing. They want to show like just some art to the photos. I don't think that it means this is um, a polished up photo necessarily, but yeah, they want to show off that maybe if the game has ray tracing and all that stuff, and the HDR, which I do expect will be part of the game, they want to show all that stuff off. Really impressive. But speaking of the sunlight and all that stuff, it brings me to a second thing. This is purely just something I'm throwing out there. I don't even want to call it speculation because this is just something sort of a what if scenario. What if they are throwing a hint at something by having all their pictures show this bright sun, which I by the way, if you look at the sun here, this is clearly a morning shot. Why do I say that? Because no racetrack is going to be designed where the grandstands on the front stretch are facing uh, the sun during sunset, right? That is going to hurt the visibility of the fans watching the race. So, more than likely, the sun sets on behind the grandstands. And so, yeah, I can't say for certain that it's like that at every track, but this does look like a morning shot. Maybe somebody could confirm that. I might be wrong. But what if what they're doing with all of these shots, showing you that it's either during an early day, early morning, or early evening sunset type of shot, as we've seen with some of the other pictures. What if what they're doing is showing you day to night transition? Maybe this is a hint that that's going to be part of this first game. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it's possible. That would be interesting. And maybe they're being playful by doing this. A lot of these shots are a little dark for my taste. Like, I would like to see the what it would look like in the middle of like the day when you're actually racing. And I'm sure we're going to get more screenshots and they will do that. But I do think that these early screenshots, that's what they're meant to do. They're just meant to be an artistic look at the game. And yeah, it's cool when you see the sun and the lens flare and all that stuff. And look at how bright the reflection of the sun is on the canvas here. That's what these shots are meant to do. Even the gas cans, you could see the bright sun just reflecting off of the surface, the metal surface. That's really cool. Those are specular highlights in the shot. That's what they want to do. And because these are the initial screenshots to the game, this is what I would consider the appetizer part of the marketing. So I like what they're doing. I like the timing. Okay, timing is very important when it comes to marketing. One thing I hate that a lot of developers do, including Rockstar, who I always talk about because they are my favorite game developer. They make great games. They haven't disappointed yet. But something they do that I hate is with the marketing, they reveal information way too early. And they did it with Grand Theft Auto 5. They did it with Red Dead Redemption. They revealed the trailer, screenshots, and then you sit around for 2 years, no game, and the game was delayed. This is why it's not good to reveal information too early because you never know if you have to delay the game or something like that. Also, the whole idea of marketing is to get people excited. And if there's too much of a waiting period between when you first start marketing to when the game comes out, you lose all of that excitement. People, they get excited, but then if you let too much time go by and there's no game, it's a waste. only Rockstar could get away with that because people look forward to those games to such an extent that it's just a nuisance or an annoyance to have to wait so long. But this is a new game developer, and this is going to be their first game to show off to people. So it's very important that they don't screw up the marketing, which is why I love that they waited. If this game is going to come out when, late third quarter, that's going to be sometime in September. Even if there is a slight delay, it's still right around the corner. So to me, 3 months is a perfect window to market and release a game where people are excited. Right now, this is the appetizer part of the marketing. That means it's the first things they showed you. Some screenshots, and on top of that, they did reveal there's gonna be a good solid paint booth. So that was actually a surprise for them to reveal that so early. But I think it's good. I think that it's a subliminal message to the consumer base that they're letting us know they're listening. They know that the paint booth, the lack of customization has been a problem for years, that people have consistently complained, and they knew this was something that was important to people. They wanted to address it. So, for them to tell you right off the bat that there's a paint booth, I think was a smart play. And it gets people like, okay, we don't have to ask about a paint booth. It's in the game. They confirmed it, and now people aren't constantly like hounding them. Like, is there going to be a paint booth or not, or what? Or are we going to go through another series of games where we have to wait? And the answer is no. So they worked on it to their credit, and they're letting us know we heard your concerns and we addressed it. That's a very good thing for them to do. So I love that. And like I said, these screenshots are just an appetizer. I've noticed a lot of people complaining already that let's can we get a trailer? What are the details of the game? That is the main course, right? That's the main course of the marketing. That's gonna happen soon. Believe me, I really believe it. But before you get to the main course, you have to get the appetizer. The appetizer it's not meant to fill you up on information. It's meant to tease you, to get you excited. That's what these screenshots are doing. And if you go to Twitter or any of these forums, Reddit, whatever, you read all the comments. Either people are just salivating because of the screenshots, because they're excited, or they're like, enough of this. We want to know about the game. Show us a game trailer. Show us gameplay. Show us details. Tell us what's the game actually going to be like. So, to me, that's a positive. That's a good thing because that's what this is meant to do. This is marketing done right. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself because this is just the appetizer. Maybe they screw up the marketing, the main course, I should say. I don't know. I've had a lot of criticisms of 704 these past several years. Those of you who've been watching me for a long time, you know I've called them out every year on their marketing. There's a lot they've screwed up. I think the first time I really got into it about the marketing, I don't know if it was with Heat Evolution or the second game, but they had some Twitch streamer, a guy who does have a lot of followers, but apparently really isn't a NASCAR guy, doesn't really care about racing games, and he's playing with a hand controller. And that was my biggest criticism. I said, if you're going to market the game, you got to give access to people that are into NASCAR, into racing games, and let them play on a wheel, Okay, I know a lot of people play on a hand controller, but if you want people to take the game a little bit more seriously, that's how you send the message. You don't let some random streamer who doesn't care about NASCAR, doesn't really care about racing games, just fool around on a hand controller. And he was just crashing. He was all over the place because he's not into these games. So how's he gonna enjoy it? He was barely able to just run a lap. That's what I remember, right? It was a long time ago, but that's when I really started paying attention to the marketing because to me that's not good marketing. You gotta The timing is also important, and I love it. This game is less than 3 months away. It should be more or less 2.5 months. That's right around the corner. So if right now they're feeding us the appetizer, which are these screenshots, and they told us about the paint booth, that is just meant to get you ready for the main course. And I think it's a huge positive that people are like, enough with the appetizer, I want the main course. That means they're hungry. That means so far the marketing is working. People are excited. And that's a big deal because a lot of people through the years got fed up with, the NASCAR Heat Series and all the, disappointments. It's important that Motorsport Games markets it right. And so far, I love what they're doing. We're at the appetizer phase, everyone's excited, and it's a good thing that people are upset because they want to see a trailer. They want to see details of the game. It's going to come very soon. But that's what an appetizer is supposed to do. It's supposed to get you uh, whet your appetite for the main course. So I'll be shocked if within the next 2 weeks we don't get some of that main course. Okay? But I love it. This is great. This is how marketing is done. Again, it's just at the appetizer stage, so maybe they turn around and screw it up. I don't know. But if anybody at Motorsport Games is watching or listening, keep one thing in mind. This is just a consumer who's been playing these games for years and watching and experiencing the marketing of video games. Another big thing that's important is whatever you do, do not over hype this game. It's better to undersell a product than oversell it. If you tell everybody that this is going to be the most awesome thing, even if the game turns out to be a really decent game, if people's expectations are too high, it's going to feel like a letdown. And you can actually play a game that's actually a really good game and still feel let down if the developer overhyped it. And I hate when developers do that. We've seen Bungie, we've seen other developers overhype games. Um, we've seen it with what's that fucking game? 2077, Cyberpunk. That thing was overhyped so much, and it's a mess. Another game that I don't remember, but I know it ends in 76, and they fucking overhyped that game. They lied to people about all the fucking. I don't even want. It's just a lot of developers do that, and it's better to undersell than oversell. Let people be surprised by what the game really is. Now, I'm not saying don't tell people if something's really good, then hell, yeah, tell people. Only Motorsports Games knows what this game is. And so far, I don't see a problem. They're touting the graphics. And from what we see in the screenshots, yeah, I would be touting the screenshots as well. You could see the detail in the blades of grass. I mean, again, How much of this is an actual one-to-one representation of the game? I don't know, but it looks good. Anybody that looks at this and is not impressed, it's just they don't want to be impressed. This is good. Okay, the Heat games, they didn't look terrible, but they it looked dated. It still looked like something like if that came out for the PS3, yeah, it would be okay, pretty impressive. But for where we are now, they were outdated. So I like that these guys are really swinging for the fences and trying to build a solid platform for years to come. The first game is the most important because that's what you're going to build the rest of the series on. And if the structure and the base of the foundation of this game is really solid, then you know what? The sky's the limit. So far I like what I see. I like the timing. I like this, appetizer so far. And the main course is gonna really tell us more, right? That's where game trailer, maybe gameplay footage, details of the game, career mode, um, even online. How's that going to be structured? All of those things, that's going to be part of the main course, and I can't wait. But I do think it's coming soon. So, to those of you who are disappointed that so far all we've gotten are these screenshots as teasers, relax, enjoy the appetizer. All right, that's what it's supposed to do, get you excited. And it's a good sign that people are like pumped up and want more. And they're like, okay, let's move on from the screenshots, show us actual a trailer, something. That's good. That means the marketing is working. This is how you're supposed to market a game. And like I said before, I love the timing. The game it's really not that far away. So the timing of the marketing is perfect. And like I said again, motorsports games, if you're listening, be careful. Don't overhype it uh, unnecessarily, okay? Because that is gonna backfire. Um, so I'm really excited, and yeah, I can't wait to see what else is in store. And I'm enjoying the appetizer. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the appetizer. So yeah, when more news comes out, I'll talk about it later.